parents and kids, whatever. And then boom. But what do you say? So of course you say yeah. Of course you say yeah, mom and dad. You guys, we don't need outsiders. They're just gonna bring in problems. So then you wake up one day, and that's the other thing too, is Jack Johnson talks about it in these articles here as he's being interviewed, say that he had no clue. I mean, he did not know any of this for the longest time until bam, all of a sudden you find out all of it, and then it's like wow, and so again, just when you're looking at that staggering amount of money, a guy signs a deal for $30 million, and then here halfway through it, you don't not only have nothing to show for it, but you owe the rest of it. You owe the rest of the money that you haven't even made yet. It's like I don't want to use the wrong term there, but it's definitely a not a great situation to be in, and it's just a shame. But I guarantee you, 100%, as much as a lot of this conversation has been about the financial side of it, guarantee you that's got nothing to do with it to Jack Johnson. Absolutely not. That's being betrayed by the people that you trust the most, the people that. I mean, that's your parents. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I know that a lot of people don't have, hey, I've had issues over the years, but I know a lot of people don't have that same view on relationships with parents and kids, and that's cool. Everybody's got their own thing. But to me, that's beyond husband and wife. That is the most trusted. That's the lifelong. That's the only lifelong attachment you've got, man. More than anything else, man. I don't know. That one, that's it. So I guarantee you that's the part of it that's much worse to Jack Johnson, to his brother too. There's a younger brother involved that still lives with the parents that now, it compromises his ability to see, the parts of his family that he does want to see because he had to cut off contact with his parents because of this whole situation. Just an ugly situation there. And it's a shame. Like I said, the money part is one thing that's bad enough, but to say, and then you look at the dollar amounts. You're looking in one paragraph, you see $30.5 million, and then you see that combined he's got less than $10,000 to his name right now to speak. Just a tragedy, absolutely all the way around. And there's not even any debate. Like this isn't he said, she said, where the parents say one. No, it's clear. I mean, it's. The path is laid right out there. The parents had the power of attorney, so they didn't do anything. I don't know. I don't want to say technically illegal, even though what they did wasn't in the best interest of their client. I guess there is. He has no interest in legal ramifications, but I know there is, but that's not even the part of it, man. It's just, it was messed up. And I said, you guys know me, man. I'm not the guy to go off too much into the world of hockey too much. I know Charles in the chat room yells at me for not talking Jackets, but again, I clicked on that story yesterday expecting to see just a completely different story than what I ended up reading there with the Columbus Dispatch. And look into it if you guys haven't. I know now it's everywhere. It's on Yahoo and ESPN and all of the big sites. So I'm sure I'm sure everybody's got it. And it's probably making the loop around the sports reports and the news and stuff like that too. So check it out, Jack Johnson there for the Columbus Blue Jackets. Real quick, before we go to the break, we got Jeff Gorman coming, Ryan Ruiz. We're going to get rolling. Throwback to yesterday, we were going off the air talking about what are they going to do, Detroit, Detroit's what they did. What are they going to do with the Buffalo game and all that snow and all of that? They were talking about state of emergency. Well, the NFL did take care of business there. The Jets and the Bills game has been moved, not only the location, but the day. As I said, Detroit there, that's what I was referring to. Jets and Bills are now going to be Monday. They're not going to be Monday Night Football. They're technically, that game still is a Sunday game, even though it's happening on a Monday. It makes sense out of that. They said, we will not recognize the records as Monday Night Football records. I'm like, who cares? Well, it was just a dumb statement. But Monday night at 7 in Detroit. Interesting now, Detroit has become the go-to here. Second time, remember, was it a decade ago? When was it that the roof collapsed in Minnesota? The dome from the snow, remember? It was about 5 years ago. Yeah, because Brett Favre was still playing. And but anyways, that was the other time that a game was moved because of weather. Yeah, December 13th, 2010, Minnesota and the Giants. And that was the other time that a game was moved there because of the weather. So the Lions and the Bills have already been there once playing the Lions, and they've got to go there, try to practice tonight. They've got to get everybody out of town. The logistics of this thing are not good at all. But you know what? I say it all the time. That's what you get paid the big bucks for. Go do what you got to do. And I still think it's amazing. The Bills coaching staff has practically been snowed in at the headquarters since this snow came down. I mean, hey, talk about getting buried into your work and snowed into your work. I guess there's no better excuse than to buckle. Honey, I'm not coming home tonight. Again, I can't come home tonight. Nobody's arguing. So it allows you to put some extra hours in. But, man, just a craziness there in Buffalo, period. Just keep getting it. And I told you guys, I've got some friends up there, and you can't overstate what those guys have been going through. There was no way at all. You heard what they said yesterday when we were talking about it. It would take 18 days at the rate of snow that they had to get that out of there because of how long it takes. They say it takes 3 days to remove a foot of snow when you include the stadium and all of the parking lots and stuff. So even with melting and stuff, you got to think that they need easily. I'm telling you, they're gonna be hard pressed to get that thing ready to go for the Browns game. NFL says they will, by the way. They said there's no chance that they'll consider moving that game to Cleveland and that they have every intention of having that game ready for the Browns and the Bills there in Buffalo. We'll see. But for now, this game moved, and we knew it was. We were talking about that coming off the air yesterday. All right, guys, you know what? We'll get into some more of this in a little bit. Let's take a break, and let's get Jeff Gorman in with us and start shifting gears. We're talking a little NFL there. We'll keep it going. Let's talk some football with Jeff Gorman of Browns101.com, specifically Atlanta Falcons football. That is who the Browns face this Sunday as they look. There's 6 games left. Josh Gordon's back. Got injuries. I'll tell you, though, Dan's being sheared. We'll see. We'll update you on that. We'll talk about all. I guarantee you're going to hear a lot about the following names: Matty Ice, Jones, White, Jackson, Hester. I think we're going to talk about a few of those guys here. Scouting report on Atlanta, the Dirty Birds with Jeff Gorman from Indians and Browns101.com, the Josh Gordon factor, and so much more. Let's do it. Let's talk about it. Ryan Ruiz from Dog Pound Nation follows him up, talking about the 3 Dawg Bones. How do the Browns win? Well, we'll talk about that as well. Ryan Ruiz joins us. We're going to open up the phones. We're talking Cavaliers. They take on the Wizards. They got 3 and 4 coming up here. We'll talk about all of that. I got a lot of things I want to get into, so let's do it. Sports Fix, locked and loaded. Jeff Gorman, Browns101.com, talking Falcons and Browns next here on The Fix. Hey, tell somebody else to tune in because we're going downhill. It's like the snowball now. It's downhill. Next thing you know, it's a landslide, and there's villagers fighting to get out. So do it. Get ahead of the landslide. Tell somebody else to tune in during the break. When we come back, Jeff Gorman joins us here on The Fix.
The music gives us a chance. We do more. Out on the floor, grooving loose, or heart to heart. We put in motion every single part. Funky sounds, wall to wall. We're bumping booties, having us a ball, y'all. So shake your groove thing, yeah, yeah.
Get your fix.
'Cause it's Friday, you ain't got no job, and you ain't got to do.
It's the Sports Fix. We'll be right back.
Hey guys, let me get just a minute and talk to you because millionaires are being made all season long at DraftKings.com, America's favorite one-week fantasy football site. Of course, you know we have our year-to-year full season league. 1 week fantasy football means no season-long commitments. You play whenever you want. If you've got an injured player, and boy do I know about that, no problem. At DraftKings.com, it's like a new season every week. You're never stuck with the same players. You can pick your team in minutes and be on your way to winning huge cash. Nothing wrong with cash. This season, one listener turned $10 into $5,000. Another turned $2 into $10,000. A new millionaire has been crowned nearly every week this season at DraftKings.com. You could be next. Imagine winning $1 million in one day just for playing fantasy football at DraftKings.com. Get free entry into their $100,000 fantasy football contest this weekend, where first place takes home $10,000. Head to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code Spreaker to play for free at DraftKings.com. Bigger events, bigger winnings, bigger millionaires. Enter Spreaker for free entry now at DraftKings.com. DraftKings.com. That's DraftKings.com.
The Sports Fix is on iHeartRadio. Download the free iHeart app today. Subscribe to the show and get your fix. Have you gotten your copy of Cleveland's Finest yet? Highlighting the best moments, players, and media members in Cleveland sports history?
He won it! Milo hit a three-pointer on the side.
In-depth personal interviews with some of the top names in Cleveland sports fill the pages of this incredible book. Cleveland's Finest by Vince McKee is this year's must-have book for every Cleveland sports fan. Available now at Amazon.com. Get your copy today. Fantasy sports lovers, you put so much time, hard work, and effort into playing week to week that it quickly stops being a fantasy and starts getting real. And when the smoke clears, you want to show off those victories with a real prize.
I mean, a really real prize.
Nobody does that like Fantasy Jocks. The crew over at Fantasy Jocks have beautiful, high-quality, and heavy-duty championship belts, rings, trophies, and so much more for all your fantasy sports needs. There's literally only one place to go. FantasyJocks.com.
Hey everybody, this is Jerry the King Lawler from WWE, and you're listening to The Sports Fix.
Welcome back to the Sports Fix Live across the Sports Fix Radio Network. Jeff Gorman always gets mad I play Guns N' Roses for somebody else, so I had to hit it for him here today. A little Night Train. Welcome back in as we got the Friday edition cooking. Jeff Gorman, of course, from Browns101.com. He's going to be with us. He's on the hotline. Got the scouting report for this weekend's opponent. It's the Falcons. It's the final six. 4 of them on the road. Got some a mix of teams here, a mix of challenges for the Browns, and they get a piece back. Josh Gordon. We'll talk about that with Jeff here in a second. You can keep the conversation going on Facebook and Twitter. Facebook.com/The Sports Fix. Tweet with us at The Sports Fix CLE. Email us thesportsfix@AOL.com. It's a football weekend, man. You got, of course, some Buckeyes. You got the Browns here, NFL slate going on. Got the regional finals of high school football. Of course, I'll be down at InfoCision. I'm pretty stoked. My first trip down to InfoCision Stadium tomorrow, Saturday night, calling the action. Menor, Hudson, 1-4, going at it in the finals there to see who moves on to the... That's it, man. It's down to the nitty-gritty here for teams as your season comes down. There can only be one state champion. Looking forward to that. There can only be one winner on Sunday, too. Browns and Falcons. I'll tell you guys more about that game and where you can hear it. But let's go to the phones and talk about the one on Sunday with the Browns and the Falcons. Jeff Gorman, he's always here every week previewing the Browns' opponent and looking at the game on the schedule. Jeff, how you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic, J-Rock, and the biggest reason is because I don't have snow smashing its way into my house through the windows. Have you seen those pictures? It's crazy.
Well, that's always a good thing. Most definitely. That's something you can add next week with Thanksgiving when you're looking for things to be thankful for. It sounds kind of to be expected, but no, be thankful that your house is not actually buried by snow. I don't know, like you said, I know you did because you brought it up. If you guys haven't seen some of those pictures, man, I mean, and I'll tell you, the danger level, not only of people being trapped, of people needing to travel, roofs are collapsing on people's houses due to the weight from all of this. I mean, there's a lot of ins and out, more than just being paralyzed by snow, because I know that's the common reaction of people. And I always laugh, too, about people that aren't familiar with, because we joke about being tough and being able to handle all weather, but people that aren't familiar with the actual dangers of snow beyond just being cold, beyond just being a pain in the ass to drive in. I'm talking about the actual dangers of really bad storms. We are aware of that. And from that, while it's easy to joke about a football game being canceled and stuff like that, man, there's some dangerous situations going on up there for sure, and you feel bad. But yeah, you can be thankful that the snow is not coming through your windows as we speak.
Yeah, in fact, one of my friends was, he's a driver for FedEx. He was out there, like, on Monday, and he was stuck on the thruway for 26 hours. It was just insane.
Really?
When you think about, yeah. And when you think about, you forget about it, like snow on top of your house. Remember when the Metrodome collapsed and all that?
Well,
snow
that's what I was
came through?
yeah.
That could happen to your house.
I just brought that up.